over here. I'll make sure this thing doesn't auto turn off whenever it wants. Let me see. That's actually a thing, which I'm gonna need a lot of them. I definitely think I can actually like increase the overall space I have. Genshin Impact. Like a couple more days, and it's the new thing. Okay. That was okay, I guess. 95. All right, let's see what this boss has in good old Grand Blue. They're unlimited. What does that even mean? It doesn't have that much HP. All right, tomorrow is the patch. Obviously, I'm not gonna like stream the patch not until Wednesday because like the patch is when was it again? Tuesday, like 10. That's when it goes live for me, anyways. I would say that we could definitely, maybe not. Can we like one turn him? Well, even if I could, it's not gonna happen because I need to level this character up for reasons. Nightmare. Nightmare 95. What else will we get out of this? We just need to hit like 1,000,000 points. I obviously didn't join any guild. I just created a guild which I spent like 2 million like upgrading it for because when I was going through the list of the guilds, it was like, okay. It wasn't great. Let's just put it that way.
Weapons need regular maintenance. Take good care of them, and they'll take care of you when it matters most.
All right. I have to remember that I don't do 3 raids this week. We only do 2 until Wednesday. Gotta remember that. That's the bare minimum. Hey, Traveler Tales, Leeway, and Fontaine. I didn't even know that. I didn't actually realize that. They actually said that on the map right there. Daily Commission is in Mondstadt. Wow, actually. Huh. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I actually didn't know that. It's kind of funny. That's very informative, but I've never actually seen the text here notify me of that. Settings, everyone, crew. I think they should like have this auto goes off when you're at like I don't know, like 50%. It auto goes off. Vodka is so big it glitches me. I do big damage.
Cleanup sequence initiated.
Come on. Okay. Seriously, guys. Well, I feel like that was
Installation chamber deployed. Preparing for
I'm still collecting data.
defensive mode engaged.
Barely managed to touch my left entropy.
Installation chamber deployed. Accelerate. Surge. Cleanup sequence initiated.
yeah, big damage. Oh, we got one of those. How much of these do I actually have? 5 of them. Good. I'm gonna need them. So, or maybe not. Hold on. Yeah, I never actually bothered. And sucrose, I simply just never went and go gather the materials. I mean, it's so hard. It's just, it's just so hard though. Oh no. Oh, okay. Maybe not. You know what? I'm not gonna do it. I have 21 crowns though. That's what happens. 21 crowns when you did everything. You start from zero. You do everything all the way up. You get like a bunch of crowns, where the game kind of like retroactively give you the crowns that you miss. Cute character, but in the end, she never really turned out to be particularly useful. It's hard to proc Arlequin. So it's like whatever. We just do it the hard way. Wait. Auto requests. Did I have that turned on? Did I actually turn it? I kind of don't remember turning that on.
Afraid? Or do you not even have the courage to be with these rising flames?
On me.
With the fall of darkness, destruction shall rise. Have a taste of purgatory.
Let me turn that on. Toggle it on? I don't know, toggle it on.
Don't break my glasses. Has been seared away. My blade is all that remains. Blade. Confirmed.
Whatever. Whatever, I guess. Let me out. What in the world did I turn that on? Never turn it off. They're stealing my points. Okay. It's still my points. Let me see. Is it better to back up or not to back up? That is the question. That is the question. Which is better? I mean, it's just a preliminaries. times. Ooh, the premium draw ticket was one time. How much to clear the box though? One box is 1,600.
I like to drink on occasion.
All right.
Any and every occasion. Good one.
So we want to do it at least like 15 times. Alright, let me see. It's all about the boxes. Which way to go about it though?
Weapons need regular maintenance. Take good care of them, and they'll take care of you when it matters most.
Fill the bar. Gets the outfit. Chest of good fortune? Back at that. I have no idea what that is. Valor badges. We haven't done any of that yet. Certificates of a thing.
Sure feels good to get away from my desk. Now, where's a good spot for a nap?
Contribution bonus. Oh yeah, we're trying to like get these now, aren't we? Okay, let me just see how much I get for clearing this nonsense here.
Weapons need regular maintenance. Take good care of them, and they'll take care of you when it matters most.
All right, where was I? She's here again. I wonder how long you have to wait before the thing happens.
The past, as everyone knows. Well, actually, hardly anyone knows. Anyway, when the angels were destroyed, they had to sacrifice either their preferred form or their power. I chose to keep both. But from another point of view, you could say I lost both. I remain human enough in appearance, but I will always be fundamentally different. For instance, what human could exist for thousands of years without going at least a little mad? Not to mention dying. Meanwhile, I've lived so long that I can't help but miss the way things used to be once in a while. Not exactly. I led a pretty boring life back then, especially compared to now. But I did have a lot of friends around. It was a lively time. If I had to pinpoint what I'm nostalgic for, it's not any one friend in particular, nor is it the time I spent as an angel. Rather, I simply miss the race of angels as a whole.
Now the question is, who do you need to bring? Because it feels like it continues, right? Feels like there's more to that. All right, Chi-Chi. So we're at 2 days. Maybe we'd actually get in on Friday. Oh wait, what? Let me see. How much do I get? Solo victory bonus. Round 1 4,000. XP 4,000. And we get almost 1,000,000. How long did that take? Token is just about 100.
I like to drink on occasion. Any and every occasion.
Okay, gold.
What should I try this
Huh. Let's see. Honor. No badges. Final tally. Yeah, sure. That's not gonna happen. Okay, this is the honor ranks and the battle badges. These are all gold badges. And the final one is a 1,000 badge. That's gonna be rough.
Sure feels good to get away from my desk.
Not
Now, where's a good
impossible.
spot for a nap?
I mean, some people are probably gonna like blow through this in no time. Okay, raids. Let's do that. Prestige solo. Alright, this one's actually pretty interesting because it kind of keeps going for the longest of time. And I guess I should actually just do these for I can do them whenever. Okay, what are these about?
I like to drink on occasion. Any and every occasion. Good one.
Nice. That's cool. Good fortune results. Okay. Alright, that's useful. Good fortune. Doesn't really give me any details of what in the world. Maybe let me see. Can we open? One crystallized core.
Sure feels
Stop
good
it.
to get away
Only
from my
95
desk.
nightmare.
Now, where's a good spot for a nap?
150 nightmare, 250 nightmare, 250 nightmare. The rate says a couple of chance of good fortune will drop. Up to 50 can be up to 50 treasures can be obtained this way. Okay. Ooh, okay. All right, so good box. So good boxes. Okay, good boxes. The good boxes.
Weapons need regular maintenance. Take good care of them, and they'll take care of you when it matters most.
All right, whatever.
Should I save this money?
Rio's really got a lot going for it.
Please try this. It's not voiced. Yeah. Goobai's voice. Must have failed again. Yeah, I'll try this one. Listen. Alright, let's see how much am I getting. 200. Okay, I'm pretty much still getting the same amount of tokens. So it's not a bad thing to do the tokens. If you want the tokens, I guess. If you want the XP, maybe not. Something. But I can't taste it. The book said make a dish and freeze it to prepare for the excursion. Yow yow. I don't need to eat, but yo, I need to grow. Get taller. You'll go taller than Dr. Bag one day. Doubt. Definitely not. Be tall hearted. Don't worry. Yo will be cute no matter how tall she is. Tall, too long. The stove. Like a very impactful set. Oh, that's actually pretty funny. And how would I get over there effectively? You know what? Into the water we go. Fight? I don't think so. So some of the older characters are just straight up that voice. The whole time. I'm sorry, that's that's hilarious. Extra lab tomorrow. Well, we can fight with their musket like this. Just take care and give chase. What does the trading involve? Like, exactly, nothing really. It's just getting the mark location within time limit while carrying all their gear. Their pilot doesn't need to use a spy for long distance employment. They only have to carry their firearm, ammunition, and protective gear, and med kit. They must reach the spot where it landed, deploy themselves for a battle there. Flare while those can't fly too far.
But Captain, please stop using the Gardamex to fire the flare.
It's a popular one. Okay, so it's weird that the playable characters aren't. These characters are not voiced. I think this probably happened when the strike was a thing, so they don't actually have any voice.
Captain, please have mercy.
Gotta save those.
Add Astra. Thank you for completing. Add Astra.
Now, how in the world do I go about this though? So we will cap in like yeah, whatever. We'll just
This
grab
realm
them.
is. If you ever have it.
So things gets very weird because it's the patch, everything is pretty much down. My what, Crystal? What now? Dude, I don't even remember what those crystals are for. No idea. Oh wait, is that the standard? No. literally don't remember what these are for, so whatever. Can't possibly matter.
I thought I told him to spray it with water to retain moisture before applying the film.
Look at that
You
trigger
can't treat a
distance.
glaze lily like a cactus. If Sanjay does this again, the loss will have to come out of his food expenses.
I'll go talk to him. At this rate, he won't even be able to afford eating cacti for much longer.
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, it's you two. It's been a while. What brings you to Port Ormos?
We didn't have anything to do, and this place looked pretty lively, so we decided to stop by. But, what's with all the flowers around here?
Well, Port Ormos is currently organizing a flower exhibition featuring flowers and plants from all over Teyvat, so I came to help out. The exhibition includes flowers from every corner of the world, each with their own unique properties and needs. With that in mind, the curator commissioned a flower pot from Kasharawar capable of retaining heat and moisture. Even so, an expert is still required to develop tailored transportation and care plans for each type of flower.
Oh, and that expert is you, right?
Not this time, no. I'm just here to help out. The expert in charge is someone else.
Mr. Tainari! Sanjay! He confused the poisonous bulbs with garlic shoots, and he ate them!
Never mind. Forget about what I said about the food expenses. Apologies, Traveler, Paimon. Looks like I've got something to take care of. I'll be back in just a moment.
Tainari's busy no matter where he is, huh? Yeah, seems like it. Hey, don't look at Paimon like that! Paimon is super careful about what she eats. Well, looks like Tainari might be busy for a while. Let's take a look around the port in the meantime. Wow, look at these flowers! They smell so...
Oh, give me a second.
Huh?
Paimon's... fine. She's just got a little...
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilia's? No wonder.
It's getting worse. Why? But, the hive I was fine just a moment ago. She didn't even eat anything weird.
moment of your time, you two? If it's not too much trouble, perhaps you could try this incense.
Incense? Oh, the scent is so nice! Wait! Whoa, that was fast! Paimon doesn't have to sneeze anymore!
I'm actually getting sick though.
Think nothing of it. From your attire, I imagine you two aren't from Sumeru either. Seeing as we're both travelers from abroad, it's only right that we help each other out should the occasion arise.
Oh, so you're here for the flower exhibition too?
I suppose.
Oh, I'm
that's
downloading something in the background, so
Allow me to introduce myself.
that's why it's
I'm Emily, a
shuttering.
Paimon is Paimon! Thank you so much for your help just now. Oh, and this is...
The Traveler, right? I've heard a lot about you from the Steambird. It's nice to finally put a face to the name.
What happened back there? Why did Paimon start sneezing all of a sudden?
Have you ever heard of hay fever? To put it simply, when inhaled, certain pollens can trigger abnormal physical reactions.
But Paimon has seen these kinds of flowers before and nothing weird happened then.
Well, we're all different. The factors that can trigger a reaction to certain stimuli vary by person. In isolation, the effects of certain pollens may seem minimal, but inhaling various types at once can trigger a more overt reaction. But there's no need to worry. Pollen allergies can be effectively mitigated with the use of medication.
Oh, well, that's good.
Traveler, Paimon, there you are. Is everything all right? I left in such a hurry, I forgot to warn you about all the pollen in the air.
Those evil pollens.
Emily? Ah, what a coincidence. Looks like my worry was misplaced then. The Traveler and Paimon are in good hands.
It was nothing, really. We happened to run into each other shortly after my arrival, and I offered them a bit of help, that's all. I'm more curious as to why you thought the Traveler and Paimon were in danger. Allergies are highly unpredictable. If you were concerned the pollen might trigger a reaction, that must mean something similar has happened in the past.
Remember the first time we met? You fainted after inhaling Spirit Borneal.
The Spirit Borneal didn't affect Paimon at all, and now she's the one suffering. It makes no sense.
It's not really something you can make sense out of, Paimon. There are all kinds of allergies out there, caused by a variety of different factors. Some people are even allergic to almonds. It's not
Oh,
something
really?
you can
That's
generalize.
not cool.
I even encountered a case in Fontaine where someone had an allergic reaction to soba noodles their family brought back from Inazuma.
Whoa. Good thing Paimon isn't allergic to anything delicious.
In a manner of speaking, although you could say the patients I deal with are rather unusual.
In addition to medicine, Emily is also very knowledgeable about botany. She's taught me a lot about the native flora around Fontaine.
And that's where my expertise ends, I'm afraid. When it comes to breadth of knowledge, Tainari certainly comes out on top.
A flower expert? Oh, Paimon's got it! You must be the expert Tainari mentioned, the one in charge of the exhibition!
Wrong again, I'm afraid.
Well, I did come for the exhibition, but only to inquire about the Auguste variety. I'm not involved in any official capacity.
Oh, Paimon was sure she got it right this time.
A goose.
It's a kind of flower that was once popular in Fontaine. The perfume made from it also bears the same name, Auguste.
Auguste, huh? That's not a name you hear often nowadays.
In an ancient language, the word is said to mean sacred or noble. It's sometimes used as a name for people as well. Ah, that reminds me. Are you familiar with a historical event in Fontaine known as Perfume Mania?
Not really.
Perfume Mania was an event that occurred in Fontaine nearly 20 years ago. It all started when several merchants released their own lines of high-end, expensive perfumes, marketing them as must-have luxury products, the very symbol of elegance itself. No one anticipated the absolute frenzy this would create on the market, causing the price of perfumes to skyrocket. The demand was twofold. What some saw as a status symbol, most saw as a money-making opportunity. You could take advantage of the soaring price by hoarding them and reselling at even higher margins. The value of these products became so inflated, regular bottles of perfume were even going for hundreds of thousands of mora. This resulted in countless disputes and scams. But at the end of the day, perfume is just perfume. The market value greatly exceeded the intrinsic worth of the product, creating an economic bubble that was never going to last. Luckily, the Palais Mermonia recognized the danger and intervened before the craze could truly spread. Many profiteers and scammers were thrown in jail as a result. In the end, only
It's
a few
illegal.
wealthy families were affected when the bubble popped.
Going broke from perfume.
All this have to do with
Imagine,
the
right?
mentioned earlier.
Good question.
During the craze, the most popular perfume was none other than Auguste. The demand far exceeded the supply, to the point where it once sold for 10 million mora a bottle.
10 million? Then what about now?
Literally collecting dog meat right now. Beat up the dude and
Most perfumes return to a normal
then
price.
kill his dogs for the
Auguste
meat.
was the only exception. Its namesake, the flower used to create it, went extinct. As a result, no new bottles of Auguste have been made, and the value of the perfume remains exceedingly high.
Flower went extinct.
Indeed, the Auguste flower was not a natural variety, you see. It was specially cultivated for use in perfume making. When the bubble popped, all the flower beds used for its cultivation were destroyed in a fire. The variety has never been seen since.
But didn't you say you came to the exhibition to look for it?
Ah, yes. I came to investigate a certain rumor that the Auguste flower has reappeared in Sumeru. It's causing quite the stir in the Fontaine perfume market.
Traveler, we should help Emily look for it.
I have to agree. Emily wrote me to ask if I could look into the rumor, but the forest rangers haven't received any reports of new plant species recently.
Even if I can locate the flower, I'm afraid you'll be disappointed, Paimon. I don't have any grand Mora-making endeavors planned. Divine, noble, one of a kind, all beautiful sentiments to be sure, but to me, they
Very
overshadow
funny.
the very essence of the product. When it comes to perfume, I want people to forget the price and the prestige and focus on the beauty of the fragrance itself.
Wow, so noble.
Truly.
Of
Rolls
course,
eyes
there's
vigorously.
also a more practical reason. In recent years, low-grade counterfeit versions of Auguste have been popping up on the Fontaine perfume market. Every so often, someone will claim to have recreated the unique scent of Auguste, and the rumor mill will start comparing the counterfeits to my own work.
Okay, that's more like the reason Paimon had in mind.
Ever since that rumor started, 3 new perfumes claiming to be made from the Auguste flower have appeared on the market. If I can dispel the fanaticism surrounding Auguste, even just by proving the rumor to be false, Fontaine's perfume market can finally start to get back to normal. Then I'll be free from all the stories and added meaning and just focus on making what I like.
That makes sense.
Oh, I would of course be grateful for your help, but I wouldn't want to trouble you.
Dude, we're literally like
Yourself.
the
We're both
delivery,
travelers from
the,
abroad,
like
so
Teyvat delivery
only
agents.
right that we help each other out.
Ha! I suppose you're right. Then you have my thanks.
Based on the information I have so far, it's unclear if the rumor is true. Mr. Edgar also thinks it's too early to say, but you could always go talk to him. He was there all those years ago, after all. Maybe he'll know something.
Huh, I was just about to pay him a visit at the hotel.
Edgar? Who's that?
This download is crazy.
The
In the
person
background.
you've been trying to guess this whole time. The flower expert in charge of the exhibition. He's also the most respected and experienced perfumer in the area. Back when he was still working in Fontaine, Auguste was his creation.
I should also mention, he was my teacher, the one who taught me the basics of perfumery when I apprenticed in Sumeru.
So this guy was a famous perfumer in Fontaine, but then he came to Sumeru to teach people from Fontaine? It sounds confusing.
It's a long story. If you're interested, we can talk more about it when we see him. He should be staying near the hotel.
But is he the bad guy? Right?
On me.
I'm actually surprising this thing is crazy. All right, 99%. At least that portion of it is finished.
Oh, look at all the flowers!
Apparently, the exhibitor paid a large sum to rent out the hotel and surrounding buildings. They're being used as temporary storage facilities and lodging for exhibition personnel.
Yeah, what if guests come early? They won't have anywhere to stay. Also, renting out this big of a hotel, how are they gonna make that more of that?
It's been so long, I almost didn't recognize you, Edgar.
Well, you and your brother haven't changed a bit.
Oh, yeah, look, all this catching up is nice and all, but let's get down to business. We need to talk about Kyria. Is he...
Hold on, we have guests.
It's nice to see you again, Master.
Emily? Is that you? Oh, it's been years. Look at you. You're all grown up. I've heard you've become quite the famous perfumer in Fontaine. It would seem the student has surpassed the master.
Oh, well, it's all thanks to your mentorship.
Ah, hardly. I taught you the basics. Hearing you call me master, well, I'm not sure I'm deserving of that title. I've taught many students here in Sumeru over the years, but I've yet to see one turn out quite as accomplished as you. You're the only one who can take credit for that success. And who are these two? I don't recall you mentioning them in your letter.
Ah,
I am
they're my
Tony.
friends, the Traveler and Paimon.
You may call me Tony.
Emily's friends. Well then, the pleasure is all mine.
And these two gentlemen? Are they friends of yours, Master?
Of course, we're perfume merchants from Fontaine.
Okay, the neighborhood scammers. Got it.
Ood, and this here is my younger brother, Blaze. Edgar and the two of us are old friends. Isn't that right, gentlemen?
Yes.
Merchant brothers?
You must be here to look for the August flower then.
Hi, Mom.
Well, what respectable perfume merchant hasn't heard of Auguste? Anyone in the business would be interested in the rumors.
I'm guessing you're here for the same reason, Emily. We were just about to get into it, so you three might as well join in. I commissioned a few eremites to do some scouting for me. They searched all over Sumeru, but there were no sightings of the Auguste flower. That being said, there are people in Port Ormos who claim to have smelled a unique fragrance on the streets. Definitely floral, but still distinct. Some of them were merchants who lived in Fontaine 20 years ago. According to them, The fragrance smelled exactly like the Auguste they remember from back then. A one-of-a-kind, divine, and noble scent.
Okay.
Maybe someone around here just happens to have a bottle of Auguste from back then.
No, I don't think so. I doubt that's the case. Even if someone had a bottle that was never opened, the fragrance of the perfume would have changed over time. Very few perfumes can go decades without a change in scent. Auguste is even more prone to that kind of shift. Only a few bottles still exist in Fontaine, and their scent would have completely degraded by now. Although, could there be a flower out there with a similar fragrance? Or in accord with the same base notes?
Impossible! If Auguste were that easy to replicate, it would never have sold for such a high price all those years ago. The Auguste flower is back. It has to be.
Technically speaking, the scent wouldn't be impossible to imitate.
Well, let's table that question for now. Edgar, did any of those people mention where the scent was coming from?
No. By the time they realized they had smelled something, the scent was already gone. If I hadn't asked about it, they
But it's from
probably wouldn't have
something
given the
that is-
experience a second thought. Compared to things we see and hear, smells can be much easier to overlook.
It almost sounds like someone wearing the Auguste fragrance passed them on the street.
Wait, are you saying...
Just thinking out loud. Don't pay me any mind.
We don't have much to go off of right now, but we can't rule out that possibility. I'll send some more people to investigate. You all traveled so far to be here. Why don't you rest in the hotel for a bit? Oud, Blaze, this is the key to your room.
Ooh, you've got the keys to the rooms? Do we get free lodging too?
My apologies. All the rooms in the hotel are accounted for, I'm afraid. Most are being used for storage ahead of the exhibition, you see. I managed to tidy up one of the rooms for these two at the last minute, but by the time Emily wrote to me, there was no more space left for her to stay.
Oh, and we just showed up out of the blue. Guess that means there's definitely no space for us.
I should have been more considerate. Here I am with an entire hotel at my disposal and no place to offer you to stay, even after you made the trip all the way to Sumeru.
Don't worry, Master.
I use a teleporter, okay, dude?
Or
It's
I
not a
could
big
camp
deal.
in the wild. It would give me the opportunity to collect some plant specimens while I'm here in Sumeru. Even better. Although, would it be possible for me to leave some of my luggage here? It would be rather cumbersome to take it camping. It shouldn't take up too much space.
Well, about that.
Of course, no trouble at all. My brother and I will keep an eye on them for you, as long as you don't mind, mademoiselle.
All right then. Oud, why don't you take Emily inside and find a suitable place for her luggage? I'll prepare some refreshments and join you in a bit.
Oh, we actually get to go inside.
Whoa, the smell of flowers is so strong. Didn't Edgar say he tidied up around here? There's still so many flowers. Hyman took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers. Looks like this exhibition is gonna be huge.
No, that's a florist thing. We work closely with the essential oils of various plants, but to maintain a sharp sense of smell, most perfumers prefer to keep their homes free of strong odors.
Oh, guess there's just too much to store for the exhibition then.
Oh, this room seems to be a connected suite, and my brother will be staying on the other side of the suite. Blaze, while you're out, why don't you bring our luggage over as well? Blaze!
Yes, of course.
All right then, where can we find your luggage?
This guy's the pit.
Blaze will go fetch it for you.
It's still at the port. In addition to some daily necessities, there's also a case of amber wine that I brought back from Fontaine. Could I trouble you to bring that back as well? It would be the perfect way to repay you for your hospitality.
How generous. I should thank you on my brother's behalf. You've stumbled upon his weakness. He's aloof about most things, but alcohol is his one true love.
Is that so? Mr. Ood, Mr. Blaze, thanks for...
Hey! What are you doing?
That's Master's voice.
What the?
Edgar!
Master!
Hey, Edgar! Are you all right? Can you hear me?
Who did this?
Kyria. August.
Kyria.
Hey, Edgar? Edgar!
No, don't shake him. He's injured. Just leave him to me. You two can... Oh, thank you.
That strange smell around here. Is it coming from
We're gonna
the
play the
bottle?
puzzle. We can play the detective game, aren't we?
Oh, really? You think so? Do you think whoever did this was hiding in the flowers before they attacked Edgar?
Yes. That is exactly my thought.
True.
I checked. It doesn't look like anyone passed through here.
Oh, but that's impossible. It's not like that kid can just grow some wings and fly away. Oh, the culprit, I mean. It's not like the culprit could have just disappeared into thin air.
Totally not sus, by the way.
Well, we looked all over, but the only clue we found was that bottle.
The most important thing we can do now is focus our efforts on treating Master. Can you help me move him inside?
So, how's he doing?
When I administered emergency treatment, I discovered a residue in his nose and mouth. Master was most likely forced to ingest a certain liquid. He's still unconscious, and inducing vomiting could obstruct his airways. We'll have to look into other clues for now. Ah, yes. The scent is the same, but the chemical composition is still unclear. We'll have to do further tests to determine if it's the same liquid and how toxic it is to the human body. But first, I do believe there are two people who could shed some light on the situation. Mr. Sylvain, Mr. Lucien.
Wait, you know...
Hey! Were you talking to us, mademoiselle? I'm afraid we've never heard of those names before.
Before arriving in Sumeru, I asked a friend from the Special Patrol to look into the creators of Auguste. There were 4 people in total. The perfumer, Edgar, the one thrust into the limelight, and 3 others. A researcher from Sumeru responsible for cultivating the Auguste flower, and 2 merchant brothers responsible for promoting the product on the market. The 2 brothers capitalized on the mythos surrounding Auguste. Their actions lured in numerous speculators and profiteers, inflating the price of Auguste even further. In the end, they were sent to the Fortress of Meripede for falsifying their accounts and destabilizing the market. If you do the math, they should be out of prison by now.
And what does that have to do with us? There are countless merchant families in Fontaine. You gonna accuse them of being criminals too?
Every time your brother called you Blaze, it took you several seconds to respond. But when I called you Lucien just now, the name registered immediately.
Miss Emily, out of respect for your position as a famous perfumer in Fontaine, I'm inclined to believe that was simply a poor attempt at humor. You have a bright future ahead of you. You wouldn't want to develop a reputation as someone who throws around false accusations, especially among merchant circles.
You claim to be regular perfume merchants, and yet, when I brought up amber wine, you took it to be alcohol.
What?
Amber wine is a perfume I created several years ago. It wasn't particularly renowned, but I'm certain any respectable perfume merchant in Fontaine would know of it. Unless, until recently, they were living somewhere completely cut off from the perfume world. Somewhere like the Fortress of Meripede, perhaps?
Emily, you little...
Don't misunderstand, Mr. Sylvain. I don't bring this up to criticize you. No matter what happened all those years ago, the court has already passed its judgment. But Master's life is in danger. We need to learn whatever we can about the person who has done this. If Master's attack had something to do with Auguste, I would imagine the 2 of you might also be in danger. So I'd like to trouble you for some information, if I may. Tell me about Kyria.
Fine, as you wish.
Sylvain!
Lucien, if this will help us find Kyria, then it will be all worth it. Besides, we've already told most of the stuff to the Maison Orderly anyway. You were right, Miss Emily. There were 4 of us at the beginning. Myself, Lucien, Edgar, and a researcher from Sumeru in charge of flower cultivation, Vijava. Sometime down the road, the Marechaussee Phantom came knocking, saddled us with a list of accusations, and started looking into our books. They did their meddling, and my brother Edgar and I were forced to serve time in the fortress as a result.
Sounds like he's still upset about that. Wait, then how did Edgar end up in Sumeru?
Master was convicted as an accomplice, so he only had to serve a few years. He decided to move to Sumeru so that he could put those events behind him. Still, Master was depressed for a long time after that. He stopped making new perfumes and focused on introducing students to the craft instead. That's how I met him. My parents had to relocate to Sumeru for work when I was a child, so I had the chance to study under him for a little while. But we can talk about that some other time. I want to hear more about this researcher, Vijava.
Like us, Vijava was also staring down an investigation from the Marechaussee Phantom. But before the Phantom showed up at her door, she set all the flower beds on fire, along with much of the mora we managed to earn. All the Auguste flowers, everything we worked to create, was reduced to nothing but a pile of ash.
But destroying all that evidence, wouldn't that make things worse for her?
It didn't matter at that point, because she died in the fire as well.
What?
Sounds like you did an investigation of your own. Why even ask us if you knew all of this already?
The name wasn't mentioned in any of the files I reviewed either. But you two seem quite familiar with him.
Kyria was Vijava's younger brother. He was just a clueless kid back then. Somewhere in his teens, I think. He helped his sister with her work sometimes, but that was pretty much it. He didn't have any idea what we were doing. Vijava kept him close most of the time. The three of us were probably the only ones who even knew she had a brother. After our operation was compromised, he disappeared. There were no signs of him until recently.
Hey, Demetrius.
When people started
Yeah, Emily. I was just curious about her.
had reappeared in Sumeru.
So, you think Kyria took something with him back then?
Because I wanted to actually play as her. I wasn't actually playing the game when she actually came out.
Vijava doted on the kid like you wouldn't believe. She even told us to give her cut to her brother if anything happened to her. If she left something behind before she died, believe me, Kyria's the one that has it.
And judging by the liquid in that bottle, the Auguste flower wasn't the only thing he reproduced. He managed to replicate the perfume itself.
So the liquid Edgar was forced to ingest really was Auguste. Wait, does that mean Auguste is poison?
Poison? No. Of course not. No perfume is meant to be ingested. Even small amounts can be dangerous, let alone ingesting a whole bottle at once. If Auguste could be considered a poison, we wouldn't have even sold half a bottle back then. Edgar fell unconscious because Kyria forced him to drink perfume. It just happened to be Auguste. He probably thought we had something to do with his sister's death. But to tell you the truth, I have no idea why she did all that. We're not looking for Kyria because we have it out for him. We just wanted to see how he was doing. And, if possible, work together to bring back Auguste. He went to prison for a bit of fraud and market manipulation. It had nothing to do with the product itself. As long as we keep things honest this time around, bringing the product back to market would almost be like honoring his sister's memory.
So that's why you never mentioned Kyria during your interrogation?
Yes, exactly. We were just looking out for the kid.
Anyway, that's all we know. If you're looking for information on what's in Auguste, or what to do if you ingest it, there are only two people to ask. Edgar or Kyria himself.
Well, at least we're able to say for certain that the substance Edgar ingested was in fact Auguste. That gives us a direction for further testing. Well then, I'd say that was a very enlightening discussion.
Well, glad to hear it. Lucian, let's head back to the room and rest a bit. With everything that's happened, there are things that need reconsidering.
Yes, of course.
You think so too? That does seem to be the case. Pity we don't have more evidence. But based on Sylvain's tone of voice just now, I suspect further questioning will only result in
Make up me.
The way you exposed them like that, just based on a hunch, that was genius! Oh, right! Earlier you said you were only sort of a doctor, and that your patients were unusual.
Oh yes, that's because most of the patients I encounter are already dead.
So you're a forensic doctor?
Close. I'm actually a forensic cleaner. Once the forensic team and the Marechaussee Phantom are done collecting evidence from the scene, I'm in charge of clearing away the final traces my patients leave on the world. In fact, with just a small alteration to the formula, the same tincture used as the base of perfume can also be made into a cleaning agent. Basically, there are two sides to forensics. Those who collect evidence to expose the truth, and those who clean up the smells, bloodstains, and other substances left behind at the scene. I've learned a lot in my line of work, and I've witnessed a lot of death. But this time, we may still save the patient. Actually, Traveler, could I trouble you to report back to Tainari and the officers at Port Ormos? We should update them on the
Apparently the case. She's a forensic. I don't know. I don't think I've actually heard of that particular job, but obviously, crime. She's not a crime scene detective, but she supposedly clean up after those guys. I mean, they didn't actually give us like the name of that job, did they?
I'll stay here and continue to look after Master. Now that we have a sample of Auguste, I'm hoping further analysis won't be too difficult.
Yeah. Where is he? Emily. The death cleaner. Oh boy.
Whoa, why the rush? Did something happen?
What? Edgar was attacked? He's the most famous perfumer in the region. Someone who's helped countless people around Port Ormos. How could this happen?
I don't know.
Have you received any reports of a suspicious individual fleeing through the bazaar?
No, but we've got eyes all over the area. I'm sure someone's seen Kiria. I'll start gathering my forces. We won't let him get away.
What about you, Tainari? Do you have a plan?
I'm sure the sheriff can handle things over at the scene, and I doubt Emily needs my help looking after Mr. Edgar.
But she said she's not a real doctor.
Then she was far too modest. She may not be a doctor by trade, but she has a deeper understanding of human anatomy and pharmacology than most scholars from the Amorta Darshan. Not to mention the fact that Mr. Edgar's condition is related to perfume. Emily is certainly in the best position to help him. As for me, I'll head to the academia and see what I can learn about Vijava and Kiria.
He's the doctor, and he's like, I'm not doing it.
Papa was supposed to be a scholar from Sumeru. Do you recognize the name?
From Emily's letter, certainly, but that was the first time I'd heard of it. The academia produces a lot of scholars, and there are plenty of graduates who choose to pursue a career outside their darshan. I didn't have time to look into it earlier, but now it seems like Vijava's past could be critical to getting to the bottom of what happened to Mr. Edgar. I have friends in Sumeru City that can help me investigate. With any luck, we'll have news to share by tomorrow. I'll leave you and Emily to watch over things here in Port Ormos.
Give me my moon back.
Well, it's been a day. Wonder if Tainari's discovered anything. But things weren't looking good with Emily's master yesterday. We should check on things at the hotel first.
This is actually, for me, this is one of the better tracks. Zone tracks. In Sumeru.
Emily!
No longer in critical condition, thankfully. He's still very weak, but with a bit more rest, he should regain consciousness soon.
Emily outfit, the top is rather weird. I can't really get it out of my mind.
I was able to identify the components that give the substance its fragrance. but I also noticed an abnormal trace of elemental energy in the sample.
Elemental energy?
Hard to say. It was such a minute amount, proportionally speaking, like mixing a single drop of perfume into the ocean. I had to use one of the newest tests developed in recent years to even detect the traces present in the sample. Unless you were abnormally sensitive to elemental energy, I doubt it would have any effect, even if you use the product every day for 10 years. As for whether Master's condition was caused by the elemental energy present in the sample or some other component of the perfume, it's still too early to say.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. Did Tainari come and find you? Maybe we could ask him to take a look.
I received a message from him last night, but I haven't heard anything since. The message said he was looking into some information at the academia.
Oh, Paimon thought he might have stopped by to see you first. Excuse me? Is Miss Emily here?
Holly?
Oh, perfect! Familiar faces! Traveler, Paimon, you're here too!
Kale. Ah, of course. Tainari's apprentice. He's mentioned you many times. It's a pleasure to finally meet you. And please, no need for formalities. Emily is just fine.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you too, Miss, Emily. Did Tainari send you here, Kale? Yep. Master and the others went through decades worth of records last night, and still haven't had a chance to rest. I'm fast on my feet, so it only made sense for me to come and give you an update. Anyway, based on what they've reviewed so far, they believe there's no indication that a researcher by the name of Vijava ever passed through the academia. Master considered that possibility as well, but the name wasn't the only dead end. Master tried to track down people with a similar research direction or background, but also couldn't find a match. How is that possible?
It's starting to seem very likely. If we want to figure out her true identity, I'm afraid another conversation with those two merchants might be our only...
Hey! Lucian!
It's Sylvain! Wait, you don't think Kirio came back, do you?
That seems impossible. If someone came in or out of the hotel just now, we would have seen them.
This is quite a mystery. Cauliflower.
It's locked?
Lucian! Lucian! Come on! Wake up! Emily, Emily, my brother, he's gonna be okay, right? He's just unconscious. Like what happened to Edgar.
I'm sorry, Mr.
The chief did it?
But we were too late this time.
No, that's not possible.
Traveler, Kale, Mr. Sylvain has gone through a huge shock. He needs some space to calm down. Could one of you take him next door? It's not good for him to look at his brother's body like this.
Of course. Leave it to me.
He's done. Duns. How could this be?
Thank you both.
Wow, I'm ranked 45,000. Nice.
Let's get you up. Here, take my hand. Nice and slow. We'll take things from here. Just focus on getting some rest. Here, this way.
dead, Jim.
Poor guy. He's like a shell of his former self. He may have made some bad decisions in life, but right now, Paimon can't help but feel sorry for him.
Good person or bad, the death of a loved one is equally painful. All the moments he shared with his brother, every hardship and triumph they endured together, are now memories he has to carry alone.
If Kiria really was behind this, then what exactly did he do to Lucian?
Lucian can no longer speak, but the traces left behind by his death most certainly can. Traveler, I've got things covered here at the scene. I'll leave you to contact the sheriff.
Wait, but how did he get in, though?
Who would have thought? Yesterday's case is still up in the air, and now this happens. Miss Emily, I heard you're an experienced forensic doctor. Have you been able to discover anything?
Oh, I'm not actually a forensic doctor. I just happen to have some relevant knowledge. I did take a look, though. Judging by the temperature and rigidity of the body, it appears the time of death was sometime last night. I'd have to do a more thorough investigation to find out more.
Then, would you mind helping us investigate? Before he left, Tainari said we could trust your judgment if something like this were to happen.
Of course, I appreciate your trust. Many of the traces left behind at the scene will fade with time, so the sooner we investigate, the better.
We'll help too. We don't know much about dead bodies, but you can leave the other clues to us.
Okay, what's this very sus thing?
And the windows are shut tight too. Seems like the only way to get in would have been through Sylvain's room. Well, looks like we've investigated as much as we can. Let's go report back to Emily and Shiam.
Lucian. Why?
I'm so sorry for your loss.
So, did you find anything?
Paimon can show you. Here, it'd be something like this.
Okay.
But entering through the room next door without alerting Sylvain... Wait, you don't think Sylvain could have been the one who...
No, his reaction to the loss of his brother seemed genuine, and he doesn't have a motive.
Then, what could have happened last night? I know Sylvain is still in shock, but he's our only available witness. We have to take his statement.
I agree. Also, I've made some new discoveries, so we might as well head next door and go through everything together.
I've returned. Which way? This way? No, wait, this way.
Mr. Sylvain, I need you to tell me everything you and your brother did since yesterday afternoon. Did you see or hear anything strange?
After Kyria attacked Edgar, my brother and I were incredibly careful. We returned to our rooms and decided to lock all the doors leading to the hallway. The only door we kept unlocked was the one connecting our rooms. That way, if we heard any commotion coming from the other room, we could help each other. But I didn't hear any sort of commotion last night. Not a single noise. I woke up this morning, opened the door, and Lucian was...
So, no movement from the room next door. No forced entry via Sylvain's room. No signs of a struggle at the scene. And no external injury on Lucian's body. What kind of cause of death?
Maybe it was a poison beforehand.
I did notice a few things about the body. Lucian's pupils were dilated and his skin was flushed, very similar to Master's symptoms after the attack yesterday. There weren't any traces of liquid in his mouth or nose, so it's unlikely he was forced to ingest anything. The more plausible explanation is that he inhaled a substance without knowing it, and I'd say that substance was likely a ghost.
A goose? No, that's not possible. Inhaling a goose won't kill you. And anyway, it would have been for just one night. No, that's not what I meant. Emily, you ran your tests, didn't you? Go on, tell everyone whether you found any poison.
No, I didn't find any common toxins.
See? A ghost is harmless. The market response proved that years ago.
That may be true for most people, but not for everyone.
That's interesting light.
Edgar? You're up and about already?
Thanks to Emily, I'm out of the woods for now. Sylvain, no matter how hard you may try to hide it, the truth will always come to light.
Edgar!
Even if we could keep it a secret for another 10 or 20 years, do you think Kyria would just let us be? No, he would never give up. Not if he's doing all of this for Yelena.
Yelena?
That's Vijava's real name. Yelena wasn't a scholar from Sumeru. She was an exiled Fatus from Snezhnaya.
A Fatus?
The Fatui. Well, that means the elemental energy present in Auguste was...
Ah, so you've already detected it. Well, Sylvain, looks like there's truly no reason to hide things now.
Oh.
The Auguste flower was created with the mutative and distorting power of a delusion.
A delusion?
The Fatui, delusions... I never would have thought Auguste was hiding this many secrets.
Born of a delusion, Auguste contained distorted elemental energy. A prolonged exposure over many years could have a harmful effect on the body.
That's enough, Edgar. I'll take it from here. At first, Yelena wanted to keep refining the perfume and the flower, but no one knew how long the perfume mania was going to last back then. It didn't have any effect on ordinary people anyway. Every day we postponed going to market was another day of lost earning potential.
So you decided poisoning people was worth the risk?
Listen, it's not like it was good for business. But all that talk about a goose being harmful over time, Yelena was just speculating. The impact was practically negligible. Unless you were particularly sensitive to elemental energy or had an entire bottle shoved down your throat like Edgar. You could use the product for decades and be completely fine.
It may be true there are no records of Auguste poisoning in Fontaine. But even if no one was acutely poisoned, willfully bringing a product to market despite explicit knowledge of its harmful effects is still a serious crime. That explains why you were so intent on keeping Yelena and Kyria's involvement a secret all this time, despite readily confessing to all your financial crimes. The Fatui, delusions, Auguste. If the Marechaussee Phantom discovered the connection between the three, there would have been enough evidence to send you to the Fortress of Meripede for life.
True.
Ha! If I'd known coming to Sumeru would put a target on my back, I would have been more than happy to stay there. At least that way, Lucien would still be alive. All these years without any sign of Kyria, and he pops up out of nowhere the minute my brother and I get out of prison? It couldn't be any clearer who the kid's after. Auguste was harmless before. The fact that it's killing people all of a sudden must be his doing as well.
So there's bad blood between you.
What about Yelena's death? Was that a cover-up too? A way to destroy evidence?
I'll admit, we thought about it at one point. We took care to disguise the product circulating on the market, and no one was questioning Yelena's fake identity. But if the Marechaussee Phantom decided to look into the flower beds, it would have been the end. Yelena's ties to the Fatui, the role of the delusion, everything would have been exposed. Before we could even put our plan in motion, Yelena beat us to it. She burned all her flower beds and threw herself into the fire as well.
But if her goal was to destroy evidence, there would have been no reason to do that to herself. Yeah, she could have just burned the flower beds and fled with her brother.
I thought about it for a long time, but it wasn't until just now that I finally understood her reasoning. Everything she did, it was for her brother, Kyria. One of the reasons they defected from the Fatui was the deterioration of Yelena's body due to her excessive use of a delusion. She didn't want her brother to follow in her footsteps after her death. After arriving in Fontaine, Yelena continued using the delusion to cultivate the Auguste flower, weakening her body even further. There were times when she couldn't even walk.
So she couldn't flee with her brother because she was afraid of holding him back.
If her true identity was exposed, she and her brother would face pressure from both Snezhnaya and Fontaine. The Auguste flower and Yelena's own corroded body both bore the mark of a delusion. There would have been no way to avoid suspicion. So, in the end, she burnt it all to ash, including herself. With all the evidence erased, Kyria was free to take the Mora and run.
So the wealth you earned from Auguste, it wasn't destroyed in the fire. Yelena gave it to her brother?
Most likely. Before Yelena died, she said if anything happened to her, she was going to leave everything to her brother.
And she
We
did.
just didn't realize she meant our cut as well. That's why Lucien and I were searching for Kyria, to take back our Mora and the Auguste flower. We just didn't realize Kyria was baiting us the whole time. It was all a trap.
But why is Kyria out for revenge anyway? Doesn't he know about Yelena's decision to sacrifice herself?
I don't think he knew his sister was nearing death. Yelena always wore heavy makeup around him to conceal her deteriorating appearance. She kept herself busy with work to keep out of sight. That way her brother wouldn't notice how she could barely walk.
Then all we'll need to do is tell Kyria what really happened, and then he'll give up on his revenge.
I'm not so sure. Even if he knew the truth, he'd still find someone to blame. He might think Yelena was forced into using a delusion to cultivate a ghost, or something like that.
Well, at least now we just go and smite him, right?
Especially when you've been living in that headspace for so many years.
Very true. Even if Yelena's death was her own choice, I wouldn't call myself innocent either.
Edgar, what are you talking about?
Think about it, Sylvain. If we hadn't been in such a hurry to capitalize on the perfume mania all those years ago, do you think Yelena would have elected to take those risks? If we hadn't been so blinded by greed, so insistent on increasing the scale of the flower cultivation, do you think Yelena's health would have deteriorated as fast as it did? If we hadn't invited the Marechaussee Phantom to our doorstep by breaking the law at every turn, Yelena could have survived.
She knew her limits. She knew her days were numbered. Maybe it was for her brother, but she was in it for the Mora just as much as us. We were just trying to earn a bit of Mora. And what, we deserve to die for that? Target me for being the mastermind, sure. But what about Lucien? He was just following my orders. Lucien's crime, was it really so extreme that he had to pay for it with his life?
The only person that can answer that question is a judge.
Fine. I've said my piece anyway. Drag me back to Fontaine to stand trial. I don't care.
3 people from Fontaine, 1 from Snezhnaya, and a crime committed in Port Ormos. What a headache. Well, we can only wait until the Academia sends someone to deal with it. I'm guessing we'll have to contact Fontaine as well. In any case, we won't really know anything until tomorrow. With the exhibition, we don't even have space in Port Ormos to detain anyone. Such a headache.
The hotel could suffice. You could station a few officers to keep an eye on Sylvain and myself. Although with Sylvain's mental state and my physical one, I don't think you need to worry about a jailbreak.
Mr. Edgar, are you saying...
If Sylvain is to stand trial, then I deserve the same fate. A crime is a crime, accomplice or not. I'd just like to take care of a few things before I go. Say goodbye to my plants and all that. As for Sylvain, I'm sure he also has some goodbyes of his own. Would you be willing to grant that request, Sheriff?
All right.
This is a little sus.
No matter who you were in Fontaine or what crimes you committed, the man we grew to know in Sumeru proved himself to be a good person. Your request is granted.
You have my thanks, Sheriff.
Hate when they like instantly kill
Happened
the thing.
tonight? Oh, you mean the possibility that Kyria might try to finish what he started?
Yeah, all we know is that he uses a goose to poison people, but we still have no idea how to catch him in the act. If he targets Sylvain or Edgar again, we might not be able to stop
That may be true, but what if we can take advantage of his desperation? If we take advantage of this situation and lure him in on purpose, we might finally have the chance to talk to him.
Master, no. That's too dangerous.
So, that's your plan. If Kyria learns we're being taken away tomorrow, his last chance to enact his revenge would be tonight. In other words, you want to use us as bait to capture him.
Capture? Not necessarily. I just want to talk. What? Are you afraid of him?
Afraid? This is my only chance to make him pay for what he did. I'm spending the rest of my life in prison anyway. I can't just sit back and let him ride off into the sunset with our fortune. There's no way I'm letting him get away with it. Not after what he did to Lucian. As for the danger, everyone else just needs to make preparations in advance to protect us.
I'll admit, it could work. We just need to spread the word that Edgar and Sylvain are leaving tomorrow. Then I'll station some of my men around the hotel. If we have your assistance as well, our chance of success would be even higher.
I still have some reservations. But if you insist on carrying out this plan, I won't deny you my help.
I'll also keep watch.
Although I think Sylvain and myself should remain alone in our respective rooms. If Kyria noticed another person in the room, he might decide to turn back. And besides, it's possible he's already transformed Auguste into a potent toxic gas.
You mean if he doesn't see a way to get his hands on the two of you, he might get so desperate that he'll just start using Auguste on everybody?
If that were to happen, everyone's standing guard. Even the innocent citizens in Port Ormos would all be in danger.
That's why everyone else needs to keep to the shadows.
Something's not right here.
You're still recovering. You need to rest.
I can't put my finger on it, but something seems
This
off.
pack of bones doesn't bounce back like it used to. I suppose I'll just have to leave the rest to you.
All right, we can figure out a plan to keep watch later. Right now, I say we split up. Start spreading.
Like, who did it?
Before it's too late.
That's what I mean. Like, who actually did it? Or who it actually is. Treasure trade. Oh, this thing. I guess I'll take this.
Have you heard? Mr. Edgar's been detained. He's being taken away tomorrow.
What? He's the one who helped craft all the fragrances for our shop.
Where's that thing? We are here.
He taught my child how to make perfume. How could this happen?
He hasn't been convicted yet. Let's just wait and see what the court has to say.
He's an innocent man.
Rumors. No matter
Surely,
where
right?
Kyrie is hiding, he must have heard them by now. Let's head back to the hotel and take a break. We can see how the other preparations are going while we're at it.
Some of this also. I mean, so far, this one has been good. No doubt. This one actually been pretty great. So out of all the like character story quests I've done in the last while, I definitely feel like Navia was the most boring one to me out of all of them.
Emily.
Like I was literally falling asleep through Navia's story
about our plans
quest.
for the night watch.
Literal, as in literal
But first,
fact.
Here, I prepared a kind of herbal tea that helps calm the spirit. Why don't you have some?
Oh, that's very kind of you. But I'm okay.
Oh, it's not good to be so tense, especially when we've got a long night ahead of us. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I couldn't help but notice that something seems to be on your mind.
Carly did it. She's guilty. She's poisoning everyone. I have proof.
You seem very preoccupied with Kyria's revenge. If there's anything you want to talk about, I'm happy to listen.
How could Carly be so evil?
Hey, Emily, Kale. Oh, are we interrupting something?
Yes. Go away, Paimon.
No, not at all. This will be easier to talk through with you here anyway. I've just been thinking. If Kyria has the capacity to commit murder while remaining completely undetected, why didn't he target Sylvain along with Lucien last night? There was just a single door separating them. If his intention was to target both brothers, then there was barely anything standing in his way. Don't you think? When I accompanied Sylvain to his room after Lucien died and saw how distraught he was, I suddenly realized maybe Kyria did that on purpose. Maybe he wanted Sylvain to experience the pain of losing a loved one before he completed his ultimate revenge.
So the villain is just straight up evil.
Did he attack Edgar as a warning then? To scare Sylvain and Lucien?
Based on what we've heard about Kyria, that may very well be the case.
Losing his sister all those years ago. What has been going through his head? What has he been forced to endure? Whenever I get to thinking like that, I just can't help but wonder. If I were in his place, would I be able to let go of that hatred?
Sure, my dude is just evil. That's all there is to it.
I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't think like that. Not after everything he's done. But I just can't help it.
There's nothing wrong with the way you're feeling. Empathy is a part of human nature. In all my years of cleaning up crime scenes, I've witnessed countless families mourn their loved ones. Their cries of devastation and anger still echo through my mind, even now. Some of them even try to stop me, begging me not to erase the last remnants of their loved ones. But getting swept up in those emotions will corrupt your judgment. Surround yourself with fragrance for too long, and your sense of smell will become dull. Allow yourself to be consumed by your emotions, and you lose the ability to think rationally. So while you hold on to that sense of empathy, you also need to ask yourself,
who died?
Do Sylvain and Lucien really deserve to die?
I thought you were asking a different question. It's just the other guy's brother got poisoned.
Answering those questions requires a lot of time and evidence, while a single act of vengeance can put those answers forever out of our reach. I've witnessed a lot of deaths in Fontaine. When someone dies, a certain amount of information can be inferred from the traces left behind at the scene. But generally speaking, death will just leave most questions unanswered, and the whole picture ever incomplete.
Once you're consumed by hatred, it will become next to impossible to think about things that way. For someone like Kyria, I'm sure right and wrong lost all meaning a long time ago.
You're right. The fact that we can approach these questions from this perspective isn't because we're more rational than them. It's because we're fortunate enough not to have suffered that kind of loss. But that also makes us perfectly positioned to stand on the outside and try to pull them back from the brink before it's too late. I understand Kyria's decision, but I still want to stop him. Master, Sylvain, and Kyria. They all deserve to survive.
The fortunate and the unfortunate.
Like, this dude is acting very suspicious.
Huh? Edgar.
That's the thing. Edgar has been acting very, very sus.
Head back to your room to rest, Edgar? Is it really okay for you to be out and about like this?
Oh, I liked her on release. I mean, I found her oddly attractive for some reason. Back then when she came out.
so I'd like to take care of my plants while I still can.
We could do that for you, Master.
My dude is just very sus. Seriously, I think he's
grown
very sus.
attached to these flowers, and this is my last chance to say goodbye. Come tomorrow, I'll be happy to entrust their care to you. I would imagine Sheriff Sham is here for a more important reason.
The Night Watch! You mentioned earlier that we still need to confirm our plans.
That's right. I've stationed some of my men around the surrounding area, but we still don't have anyone standing guard next to Sylvain's room. Exactly. After some discussion, we concluded that Sylvain has the highest risk of being attacked next. You're the most skilled fighter here, Traveler. And Emily's expertise is sure to come in handy in a pinch. That's why I want you two stationed next to Sylvain's room. So, are you up for it?
Sounds perfectly reasonable. I'll be glad to have your help tonight, Traveler.
I just feel it's very sus. Something not right.
Huh. Not a peep. Has Kirya given up on his revenge? Guess we'll have to keep at it. Still nothing unusual. Paimon took a peek into the room next door and Sylvain's already sleeping.
Perhaps Kirya's true motive was simply forcing Sylvain to confess his crimes. No, that can't be right. If all he wanted was for Sylvain to be convicted for his true crimes, he could have tipped off the Marechaussee Phantom years ago. There must be something we're missing. Something extremely important.
Maybe we just need to calm down a little. How about some tea? That herbal blend from earlier was pretty tasty.
Can't abandon her post.
Maybe we can look for a different distraction then, like looking at the flowers. Oh, there's a glaze lily here. Paimon didn't notice it earlier.
Flowers, glaze lilies, incense. Oh no! Sylvain's room! Quick!
Wait, what?
Hey, did you hear? Someone was attacked again last night.
It was the older of the merchant brothers, right?
Yeah, I think his name was Sylvain. Poor guy was murdered in cold blood.
First it was Mr. Edgar, then that merchant named Lucian, and now this.
Listen up, everyone. This is an active crime scene. Please, no loitering.
It's been 3 days and they haven't even caught a glimpse of the guy. What is going on?
Do you think it could be the work of an evil spirit?
Evil spirit.
I mean, how do you get away?
You always have one of those guys.
Keep it moving, everyone. No loitering.
I suppose I'm next.
You don't know that. Kirya already attacked you once, and you survived. Perhaps he doesn't consider your crime to be worthy of death.
You were the only reason I managed to survive, Emily. I never did thank you for that, did I?
Even if I wasn't there, Tainari was also in the vicinity. He would have been able to help.
Is that so? I suppose I'm a very fortunate person then. I have exceptional students, caring friends, and the respect of my peers. If it is indeed my time to go, then I'll die without regrets. But Kyria has nothing. Yelena is gone. Now, his enemies are too. It really makes you wonder if there's even a reason to keep on living.
If you really want an answer, I suppose you'll have to ask Kyria himself once we finally catch him.
Well, I hope it all goes well. Emily, there's something else I'd like to ask of you.
Did he do it? Did Edgar did it?
Holding the exhibition, he's off the table now. But so many flowers were transported here for the show. Some of them thousands of miles away from their homeland. I can't let them wither away with no one to care for them. Whether Kyria gets to me first, or I'm sent back to Fontaine to stand trial. I won't be around to look after them. I know it's a lot to ask, but could I entrust them to your care?
Of course, Master.
Really? Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Now I truly have nothing to worry about.
Sheriff Sham still has some questions for me, so I've gotta go.
Go ahead. Best not to keep him waiting. He can be quite impatient.
I'm sorry, Master.
Another all-nighter. Paimon sure hopes Emily's plan will go well. Oh. Emily still isn't back. I hope she didn't run into any trouble.
Very, very sus.
Yeah, that's true.
Traveler, I had my men start spreading the information you requested. The crowd is gone now too, but I have to admit, I'm not really sure what's going on. After listening to Emily's plan, I started getting the materials together and arranging personnel. I barely had a second to spare last night. To be honest, I'm still not sure how the crime was committed that night.
The key clue was right in front of us the entire time.
Go Paimon.
Let's go. We'll show you where the culprit hid a goose.
Inside the glazed
Lily,
lily.
huh? I think I've heard of it before. It's a flower from Liyue, right?
Well, did you know it only blooms at night?
Emily, you're back.
Exactly as expected.
A flower that only blooms at night. Ah, like the Neelitpala lotus.
Exactly. Although the Neelitpala lotus wouldn't be a good substitute in this scenario. When it's closed, the gaps between the petals are too large. That's why Kyria chose the glaze lily as his mechanism. He would start by preparing an Agoose sample.
I know it was gonna happen. I knew it. Around the petal. In the pot.
If poured into the flower pot, the liquid would seep into the soil. That might prevent the substance from taking effect.
Don't they mean on the inside?
There's a sticky substance on the edge of the flower petals. It's one I recognize. If you stick the petals together with slime condensate, then in the daytime, the glazed lily would act almost like a hidden container.
That's where the elemental thing came from?
That's right. He applied a diluted form of slime condensate to the petals to stick them together and enclosed a sample of agoost in the center. That way, the agoost would remain trapped inside during the daytime, unable to seep between the petals and evaporate into the air. This also allowed the culprit to plant the poison well in advance, while his targets remained oblivious. However, the diluted slime condensate wouldn't be viscous enough to prevent the petals of the glaze lily from opening at night. So by nightfall, the flower would bloom, thereby forcing the target to inhale the agoost trapped inside.
And Kyria could execute his revenge without having to step foot inside the room during the night.
By the next morning, the sample of agoost would have nearly fully evaporated. The glaze lily would have already closed its petals, and any lingering odor would be concealed by the fragrance of the other flowers in the room.
Wait a second. You're telling me this version of a goose is so toxic, inhaling the minute amount trapped inside a flower is enough to kill a grown man? And how did Edgar even survive ingesting a whole bottle of the stuff?
That's because agoost is just as dangerous now as it was all those years ago. The level of toxicity has never changed. Only a small subset of people are truly at risk.
Ah, you mean people who are sensitive to elemental energy. So it's just some sort of happy coincidence that Sylvain and Lucien are allergic to the stuff? That can't be right. They were involved in the operation all those years ago. If the stuff gave them a bad reaction, they would have known from the very start.
I wouldn't use the word allergic necessarily. It's more like they're susceptible to its effects. But that distinction isn't important right now. You can think of it this way. It's not that Sylvain and Lucien are innately sensitive to elemental energy, but that Kyria found a way to ensure that they would be.
Incense I smelled earlier seemed familiar. Thinking back on it, I'm almost certain it was the scent of Spirit Borneal. In Sumeru, scholars use Spirit Borneal to aid meditation and
to make them
their connection
technically
to the Dendro Archon.
make them more open to elemental.
Alchemically produced essential oils, the primordial seawater that caused unrest in Fontaine not too long ago. All of those are substances that can heighten your sensitivity to elemental energy.
That stuff gave us a lot of trouble when we first came to Sumeru.
Ah, yes. I definitely remember that.
In Sumeru, it's not uncommon to use incense indoors, so its presence wouldn't arouse suspicion. The flowers in the room could also serve to mask the scent.
Flowers were pretty important to this plan, huh? The glazed lily is native to Liyue. It would be completely unnatural to have one here in Sumeru if it weren't for the exhibition. What a coincidence.
Actually, it's not a coincidence at all.
The person who
He's willing to pay a small fortune to rent out the hotel.
He probably used the mora Yelena left him, don't you think? That money was supposed to set him free. But in the end, it was just a tool for his revenge.
There's a saying among forensic doctors in Fontaine. Every step you take leaves a mark. But up until this point, we haven't been able to detect any trace of Kyria's activities. That's not because he was coming and going undetected, or because he's some kind of evil spirit, but because he's been disguised as someone else this entire time.
Creating such an intricate mechanism out of a glaze lily, setting up the spirit Borneal in advance, and arranging for Sylvain and Lucien to stay at the hotel. It all points to one person, the expert in charge of the entire exhibition.
Okay. The real murderer.
Kyria and Edgar are one and the same.
But Kiryu was only in his teens back then. He wouldn't even be 40 years old by now. Edgar's lived here for so many years.
Not if he's using delusion.
If he
Who
changed
knows?
his appearance, going that long without giving anything away, it would be impossible.
Bad news, Sheriff. Mr. Edgar was attacked.
What?
A dark shadow-like figure just ran out of his room. It was giving off a really ominous aura. But before we could even react, the figure up and disappeared like some sort of ghost or something. By the time we got a look inside the room, Mr. Edgar was gone. Do you think Kyria kidnapped him?
Very
You
sus.
think very carefully about this. Are you certain that figure wasn't Edgar himself?
I mean, Mr. Edgar was so frail. I don't see how he could have moved that fast.
It would seem Master decided to tap into an ill-advised source of power.
What? But that's so dangerous with the condition he's in. It's...
Sewers.
Why? Why would he do that? He's already accomplished his revenge.
No. If his aim was to target everyone who had a hand in Yelena's death,
If he left Sylvain alive yesterday, not out of a desire to see him suffer, but to confirm the truth about why Yelena chose to die,
then there's still one target left.
The real.
The shadow-like figure ran in the direction of the elevator, and my partner immediately chased after them.
We should hurry before they're forced to confront each other.
where in the world did he go? Let's ask the merchants nearby.
It's time for a domain.
A shadow-like figure with an ominous aura. Sorry, I didn't see anything. I was busy taking inventory.
Sure feels good to get away from my desk. Now, where's a good spot for a nap?
Only 40 more of those to go. No, wait. Is it 40? Well, whichever. I mean, I shouldn't have. I only played 20 more anyways.
Huh?
Dude, it's like you saw a ghost.
Ghost! It's a ghost!
It's all right. Please, calm down and take a deep breath. Can you tell us what you saw?
I saw a black shadow. It ran right past me. How could
How could something like that happen in broad daylight?
Huh?
Not that guy though. He didn't see anything.
If we go any further, we'll be out of Port Ormos. There'll be hardly any witnesses.
It's all right. I can detect a faint whiff of the scent from here. I would say he passed by this location not too long ago. It's this way. Please, follow me.
Our prestigious canine friend here. There?
Yeah.
Ah, Sumeru. I remember you. Truly trying times. This was. Ah. Come on, Black Hole. A hidden entrance to a domain
The scent is getting stronger.
inside a rock. How do they do it? Okay, circuit garden and windows. Okay. Dendro. Well, we're not doing any of that. Let's go.
Oh! O's! Are you all right? Were you attacked?
No, I'm all right. I was just chasing after that figure, and then all of a sudden, I didn't feel so hot.
Let me take a look.
The air definitely feels heavy.
At least this dude has
Smells
been doing
nice,
his
but
job.
for some reason, it's hard to breathe.
This feeling. I've encountered it before.
Everything looks all right. It was probably just the stress of the chase, combined with the impact of the environment. A bit of rest would do you some good.
I can't rest. Mr. Edgar is still in there. He taught my sister how to make perfume. He's a good man. I can't just abandon him to die by Curia's hand. Oz, you need to calm down and listen to me. Edgar is the one we're after. He and Curia are the same person. But how is that possible? I thought you said Curia was in his 30s. Mr. Edgar is 70-something. Changing your appearance to look decades older, that doesn't seem possible.
That's precisely why he had to resort to extraordinary measures to age himself.
A delusion. I guess right.
Curia used a delusion to bring back the Auguste flower, corroding his body in the process, just like his older sister.
No. He couldn't have. Mr. Edgar has been in Port Ormos for years. If someone started impersonating him all of a sudden, we would have noticed.
And what if the impersonation started before he ever set foot in Sumeru? I've yet to confirm it, but I suspect Curia killed the real Edgar in Fontaine not long after his release from prison. While Edgar was incarcerated, Curia started making preparations to replace him, including forcefully aging his body, studying perfumery, and planning the real
Now, that's a
Edgar's
revenge plot, right?
The new Edgar then decided to relocate to Sumeru, seemingly out of an innocuous desire to let go of the past. He even left perfume making in favor of mentoring students. But these decisions were all for a specific purpose, the need to distance himself from anyone who might see through the facade. And Sumeru fit the bill to a T, with no one around to question his identity. All he had to do was grow a beard, don a pair of glasses, make a few minor alterations to his appearance, and everyone would believe he was exactly who he claimed, Edgar, a perfumer from Fontaine. As the years went by, he removed his disguise little by little and continued to refine his skills. It would have been a gradual process, one that ensured no one around him would notice anything unusual.
That explains why Sylvain said he barely recognized Edgar back at the hotel. He aged himself decades beyond his years just so he could accomplish his revenge. Is that even worth it?
I need to find Mr. Edgar. He's not that kind of person. He can't be.
Nah, bro.
What you really need is to get out of here and rest.
All right.
No, I can keep going.
Wait! This environment is likely being influenced by the delusion. Any discomfort, no matter how slight, should not be treated lightly. I know how to relieve your symptoms, Mr. Ooze. Please come with me and rest. I'm sure Kyria... No, Edgar wouldn't want any more innocent people implicated in all this.
Kale's right. The Traveler and I will take things from here. From our brief exposure to a goose, it would seem the substance has little effect on us. This leads me to believe those blessed with a vision or capable of wielding elemental power are more resistant to the effects of abnormal elemental energy. In other words, this environment doesn't pose as much of a risk to us. Actually, now that I think about it, this stronghold likely has multiple points of entry. If the target were to escape from a different point of entry, that might allow him to evade capture. I hate to trouble you, but we need people to survey the perimeter.
Thanks.
Yeah, I get it. I get about it, yeah.
Hear that? We're heading out. There's work to be done. Ooze, head back to Port Ormos and start gathering reinforcements.
Got it.
Hey, Yagamix.
Traveler, Emily,
How are you doing?
please be careful. For someone whose only purpose in life is revenge, there's no telling what they'll do when there's no reason to move forward.
Don't worry. This isn't the end.
I would have
Not
to
for
say,
us
though,
or for Kyria.
this one is actually a good plot twist. It's
We're not
good.
going to let a goose
It's a
kill
good
anyone
character
else.
story, really.
It's time for the mythos to fade into obscurity.
I didn't like start to guess that it was like Edgar until like close to the beginning of it. Love the shoes. Those are some great normals, by the way. Ah! And she has a good charge attack.
Neutralize. Monsters. Perhaps they were attracted here by the increased level of elemental energy.
What I want to see is her ult, though. That's why I'm here. That's why I actually chose to do hers.
I've never seen these seeds before. They must also have been created with the power of a delusion. It seems to be avoiding us, and there's no other way forward. Perhaps we could try luring it to the edge of the cliff. Extract!
I was expecting something different, to be honest.
Whoa, look at must have taken a lot of time.
I fear that statement is truer than you know, Paimon. Using a delusion comes at a cost. Not just time, but the time you have left to live.
But why would Kiria need this many Auguste flowers? He only needed a few bottles of Auguste to carry out his plan, right?
He's obsessed with it. What else?
Perhaps hatred wasn't the only emotion fueling his obsession with Auguste. Not long ago, he told me he didn't want all the flowers transported to Sumeru to wither away in a foreign land. But Kiria betrayed Snezhnaya, abandoned Fontaine, and lived his entire life in Sumeru under the guise of someone else. For someone with nowhere to call home, perhaps dying among a bed of Auguste flowers just like his sister is the best homecoming he could ask for.
So he's just crazy. Did I forget something? I see you. I had a feeling. So I had to try it. I was like, would they make us swim, or would they like reset? It's not a kill box, but it is a boundary. I just had to do it. I just had to. I just had a feeling.
Neutralize. Surge. Reconstitute.
So this definitely one of the more beautiful like ult in the game. Very, very pretty ult. But I think she might be power crept by the new girl.
A plant that destroys seeds. Huh. Quite the ecological marvel. Let's head back to the place where the seeds first appeared.
Okay. I was expecting something else to happen. Rather disappointing. It's a perfect opportunity for a mechanic there.
The scent of flowers is getting stronger. We're almost at the end.
You can't get any more this week. Yeah, we'll see about that.
The scent of flowers is getting stronger. We're almost at the end.
Did they catch up that fast?
Well,
No.
yeah.
My strength is just waning.
And he just kills over and die.
But it doesn't matter. This is far enough.
This is a garden of Auguste flowers. But it's not mine. It's the one that was set on fire all those years ago in Fontaine. Yelena? Yelena! You tried to hide it from me, but I always understood. The reason why you continued to use the delusion, the reason why you set your garden on fire, it was all because of me. I shouldn't have listened to you that day. I shouldn't have taken the Mora and ran. But by the time I realized something wasn't right, there was nothing left. The flowers were gone. And so were you. I know I'm almost 20 years too late. I should have come looking for you earlier. I should have died with you that day. Yelena?
Listen, my dude is nuts, by the way. If you really think about it.
Yelena!
He doesn't seem to be a stupid guy. He's just evil.
No! Don't leave me! Please! Yelena!
Emily? I'm alive. No, that's not possible. I saw her. Yelena, we were together.
That was an illusion, likely brought about by the residual toxin in your body coupled with the pollen in the air, neither of which are fatal.
No, the amount of Auguste I drank, it should have been enough.
That was fake.
Fake?
Figured,
But how?
we figured
I
that out.
started making the preparations last night with one goal in mind: to create a perfect accord. The accord is the basis of perfume making,
the product in its most primitive form. Ambergris mixed with cedar wood, rounded out with a base note of agar wood.
This is the scent of leather?
Exactly. We're unable to extract essential oils from leather, but by combining other raw materials, we can recreate its essence. That is the purpose of an accord.
Does that mean you can recreate any scent in the whole world?
I'm afraid not. Certain fragrances in this world are simply one of a kind. That quality is what draws people in and fuels their obsessions.
If I wear a goose to the ball, I'll also be one of a kind.
Our competitor already got their hands on it.
It doesn't matter how much it costs. I have to buy something better.
This fragrance will be one of a kind, no more. Myths can be deconstructed, miracles can be recreated. All it takes is skill, experience, limitless exploration, and a little patience. The only thing left is determining where the real Auguste is hidden. Pretending to be attacked means he's not free to move around. Auguste must be hidden within reach.
Paimon took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers.
The curator commissioned a flower pot from Kasharawar capable of retaining heat and moisture.
Perfumes are as beautiful as flowers, and equally as delicate. When stored, you must take care to control the temperature and keep them away from direct sunlight. Did you get all that, Emily?
I got it.
So he was the same one who actually taught her. That's kind of funny that the other dude, the real Edgar, died long time ago.
Did you hear? Someone was attacked again last night.
So, Sylvain is dead. Is that right?
Yes, Master.
So, you switched the bottles of Auguste, and then lied to me about Sylvain's death.
Convincing you that your revenge had been completed was the easiest way to get you to let down your guard.
Impossible. Even if you found a way to switch out the bottles, there's no way you could have made an accord. If Auguste was so easy to replicate, Yelena wouldn't have.
It was a combination of rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias. Those ingredients would have conflicted with each other if you tried to combine them in the past. But recently, we found a way for them to work together.
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias.
Auguste was created over 10 years ago. All this time, people never stopped analyzing it, never stopped trying to recreate it. Perfumery techniques are advancing day by day. We've found better ways to extract essential oils, separate oils and fats. We even discovered new ways to combine fragrances together. The mythos surrounding Auguste may have been untouchable almost 20 years ago, but now it's time for it to become a thing of the past.
The past?
You've been working as a perfumer for all these years. You should have always known that it is possible to make an accord, even if only in theory. But the meaning you assigned to Auguste became so inflated, you allowed yourself to get lost in it, just like the perfume mania that captivated the public all those years ago. You believed in its divinity and grandeur. You believed it was entirely one of a kind. Your obsession with Auguste is also what allowed us to predict how you intended your plan to end, and to make preparations in advance.
We just didn't expect it to happen so fast.
You're going to jail, buddy.
Well, you hit the nail on the head now, didn't you? So, Sylvain isn't dead. Since you've been preparing your accord since last night, I assume you've also figured out my method, then.
Oh, yes.
That means the news of Sylvain's death. The crowd gathered outside the hotel this morning. It was all an act you put on with the sheriff?
Yes. If we hadn't, you might have resorted to the delusion out of desperation, or continued to use your spirit Borneal and Auguste combination to wreak havoc.
Who knows? Maybe I would have just offed myself then and there.
I know if you had things your way.
I mean, it's a good character story.
And
Really.
the secrets of this garden.
This one is
but I'm sorry, Master.
one
I
of
don't
the
want to
best
see
so
any more
far.
death. Sylvain only inhaled a small amount of poison. He's being detained as we speak. All the crimes he concealed back then will be exposed in a court of law for everyone to see, and all his secrets will be revealed. The same goes for you as well.
Is that so? Well, I suppose I'll be spending the rest of my days in a prison cell then.
Whoa, he accepted that kind of fast.
I don't feel the need to justify my actions, nor do I intend to repent for them. I did what I set out to do. I may have lost in the end, but it was my choice every step of the way. And if I could do it all over again...
Do it again.
But there's no going back, is there?
Careful, everyone. This environment is dangerous. I'll lead the way.
Stick close and hurry up. We can't let Edgar die.
Looks like I'm almost out of time. Although, I do have one final question, Emily.
Of course, Master.
The combination you used to make your accord. How did you figure it out?
The scent of a goose is complex and varied, yet the main ingredient consists of a single variety of flower. So, as I was analyzing the sample yesterday, I got to thinking, what if the scent of the Auguste flower was already imbued with that complexity during its cultivation?
You're saying Yelena designed Auguste to have the scent of multiple flowers?
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, Cecilias. The perfumers of the past knew that if you combine their essential oils directly, they would just cancel each other out. It was a conundrum they could never solve. But if you cultivate a new flower species that intrinsically carries the unique features of those three scents, you can bypass that issue entirely. It goes without saying that for that time, this idea was a stroke of genius.
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias.
I hate those flowers now.
Really do.
The murder flowers.
You would choose, Yelena.
Behind the bars he goes. Let's see. What else is in here?
Me.
Nothing? Huh? Oh, just an invisible wall. It's too good to be true. That reminds me of this one really cool place in the desert over, I believe it was over here. I think it's in here. I think you can actually get in that dungeon anymore. You know what? I'm actually very curious if you can actually get back there. Yep. All the places with the evil flowers. Obviously, very evil flowers, I tell you. The worst of the worst kind of flowers.
On me.
Did you know? Miss Emily's releasing a new perfume. Right. I heard about that. I think it's called Yelena.
Yelena. Okay.
Seems like everyone in Fontaine is talking about the new perfume you're releasing.
I was hoping to release it without such a fuss, but the news spread way faster than I expected. I just hope it won't become the source of some new myth, especially after all the work we did to demystify Auguste. I did, although I made a few modifications to the formula to make the scent more pleasant and long-lasting. I actually brought a few samples with me today. I hope they're to your liking. Also, I was hoping you could try out the fragrance before I officially release it and tell me your thoughts.
Of course! A good sense of taste and sense of smell go hand in hand, you know? Just leave it to Paimon!
Sure, Paimon.
Oh, it smells great!
It's alright. All feedback.
I, for one,
considering.
can't stop sneezing with like heavy scented like perfume.
Besides, when it comes to perfume, commenting on whether it smells good is the most straightforward assessment you can ask for. There doesn't always have to be a deeper meaning.
There was this one girl at work who used to wear very heavy perfume. And every time she passed by me, I would start sneezing. Right. And after a while, it keeps happening. One time she stopped and looked back at me, and then she never wore that perfume ever again. Because like every single time she passed by, I would start sneezing. She stopped and looked at me. She didn't say anything. But she has never worn that perfume ever again.
across different moments in history. The same is true for the flowers that make up the scent of a goose. After returning to Fontaine, I did some research, and it turns out the meanings of those 3 flowers can be reassembled to form a single phrase. Forget the past and keep on living. Perhaps that's the legacy Yelena always intended, not the nobility and grandeur most people associate with a goose.
Nice try, Eve. We got 12. So we are 16 out of 50 boxes. All right, back to the grind. Okay, how much of these do we actually have left? We have 170. Okay. I thought we are gonna be able to get like all the boxes today, but
You think Kiria knew about that?
probably like 30 something maybe.
I paid him a visit before his trial and explained what I found, but he didn't seem to care. Who knows? Maybe she didn't mean anything by it at all. That was his response. Yelena is gone. We'll never know what she was thinking. We can look for meaning all we want, but it'll never be anything but conjecture. Even if that is what she was trying to say, I would never be able to forget her. Avenging her death? That was the meaning I chose for my life. Kiria cultivated his revenge like a flower. He was committed to making it bloom, even if in the end, it didn't bear the fruit he was hoping for.
Yeah, that's great, but these guys need to stop killing my boss so quickly. Starting to grind my gears, you know?
In any case, he did want me to pass along his thanks. Thank you for saving my life, for giving me the chance to learn that a goose could have carried a very different meaning. Love and hatred are a privilege of the living. When someone dies, their thoughts, feelings, and intentions die with them. In that sense, what a goose truly represents in the language of flowers will forever remain a mystery. But even if it's only a conjecture, I would like to believe my own interpretation. The meaning we give to flowers, the symbolism we assign to our perfumes, they're constantly twisted and exploited in our imperfect world. And yet, at the very outset, they're born from the simplest and most beautiful desires we hold in our heart.
They keep getting me. Marade. At least it speeds up me getting the treasure boxes, which is very, very valuable. But these guys are exponentially stronger than I am, so they're just bulldozering everything. Wait, can I just use it? Okay, what does it do? Does it have a special effect though? I'm curious. Let me see. Maybe if I use it. Where's that place? I was thinking like maybe the crystal flies won't like notice you if you use it. But I guess not. Okay, whatever. Okay, I want to see something. Slight little detour.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my thing back. Where is it? I'll tell you something though. Think about it though. Every direction you look now, there's pretty much something actually there. You look that way, something there. You look this way, something there. As if you're in Sumeru, I mean, except here. They should probably put something over here.
Huh?
What is it? We're looking here. It's so cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Can we actually re-enter it?
Yeah.
No. That's too bad. That's a shame. There's a really, really cool place in this place. Ah, that's disappointing. You only see it once. And then this place is like bar none, I would say, the coolest in this entire game.
Yeah.
Oh, wrong way.
On me.
Like the entirety of this zone is definitely the coolest.
Huh?
Forget this. Bye. You know what? That actually made me curious of something. For example, I know the elevator
On me.
Yeah.
what I want to know, can we get into the elevator shaft and like glide down. Is it gonna reset me? Will it reset me? If I go into the shaft. Oh, okay, it resets. Kinda disappointing. Kinda disappointing. Because you can only use the elevator. I'm actually disappointed. I mean, because it's one big long loading screen, I suppose. That's the reason for that. Like, look how cool this place is. Right? Isn't it just the coolest? Oh, there's a boundary. Okay, it doesn't allow you out.
On me. On me.
Like, the entirety of this place is just... Like, I don't know what like the conceptual artist was smoking when they did this, but whatever it was some good shit. Seriously. Because it's actually amazing. I think like Enkanomiya was good, but Enkanomiya was like way simpler. Oh wait, we need to go play Sub-Zz. I was supposed to be doing that. We have time. All right, nothing over this end. The next layer was... So that was the top layer. The second layer. There's this place down here. And then there's this place, which is also very cool. Is it this one? See, then you get this place here. And then there's one more, but whatever. Anyways, ZZ.
Energizing combo.
I alt F4 out of this.
Arya and Suna. You didn't see that coming, did you? Actually,
I'm an amazing proxy. It's fine, it's fine. Everyone has a few little secrets, right? Oh, right. I guess that means we're being open with each other now. Even though Nonggong isn't here, Arya and I will definitely protect you and help you finish the commission, Manager.
Protect me.
Protect me? Thanks, Suna and Arya. Alright then, let's head out. Arya and Suna are both so young, and they're not even trained holo operatives. They look so weak. I'm their proxy. I need to find somewhere safer and fast. Better start using the signal tracker now.
Calculating route now.
Huh? What's wrong, Arya? Oh, it's just your navigation assistant? Its voice sounds a little familiar.
Understood. Providing more voice options now. Current voice pack. Thoughtful AI assistant. Should you wish to change it, I can provide the following alternatives.
Playful performer.
Elegant mentor.
Carefree celebrity.
Stoic enforcer.
Hold on. I think a weird voice pack got mixed in. Since when did Fairy have this feature? So an amazing proxy doesn't just lead the way into the hollows in person, but also carries a voice-changing smart assistant. That's not it at all. This is kind of hard to explain on the spot. Let's get moving and finish the commission first. Then we can talk once we're back on 6th Street. Let's find an open space and activate the signal tracker. I still can't believe...
Hey, that's some good normal there. Yeah, that's some good normals. I haven't played this game in such a long time. I mean, feels better than pressing Shugon's button, that's for sure. What about your normal? Not so great. Not so great. I guess she's not the frontline unit, huh? Yeah, this is way better. Okay. Ah, that's cute. What do these things do though? And they actually track you. Ah, that's very adorable. If I don't say so myself. All right, I like this one movement more.
Leave this verse to me.
Yeah, that's what you have when you have regular units. Yeah, this one has the best movements. Her movements are good. All on support, well,
like to look different. Try not to freak out, okay?
You can definitely tell that these units are meant to work with each other.
See? This is what I really look like.
Arya? Oh, so cute! Although you do look a bit rounder than the projection, but seeing such a cutie intelligent construct beat the stuffing out of those ethereals makes me feel super safe.
Huh? See? Arya, I told you everyone would like the real you. But I'm an intelligent construct who deceived everyone with a projected image. I'm not the pretty girl everyone likes at all.
If you put it that way, then why isn't I our proxies who used the video store to fool everyone? We're not really the managers that everyone likes either.
Then I'm just an ordinary person who's been fooling myself with an account nobody even follows. I'm not the idol you and Nongong say I am. Wait, Suna, that's not what I meant.
A normal person, she says.
Arya, you've noticed it too, right? Everyone has their own little secrets. In New Eridu, an intelligent construct performing with a human girl projection is as normal as putting on makeup or changing outfits. And besides, if you weren't such an awesome intelligent construct, this commission would have gone sideways. Let's find the signal source first, then we'll get somewhere safe and give you all the praise you deserve.
Okay.
It's normal. It's normal for intelligent contract to like Cass.
You're so stingy. I haven't seen a cute, round look of yours in ages. I want to be the big sister, too. Once we find the signal source, how about I turn off the projection and go to Yomcha scene with you, Suna? All right.
But I like the projection. But the projection doesn't really make any sense. I don't see how the projection actually works, really. It fools the eyes from all directions. Wait, I think I've seen this. No, I've never seen this one before. I haven't done this one in a while.
Picked up 2 signal sources. Let's check out the closer one first.
Okay. Are you sure this is the right way? Looks like there's a closer signal source down that road.
Yeah, somebody said treasure.
Oh, there might be some good stuff inside. Watch out, Suna. Sorry, it's all my fault. It's okay. We can handle it. How's this for an entrance? Like it's a camera. Here, I'll take it from here.
All right.
Keep your eyes on me. Delusion.
most beautiful shape! Huh? Look at that! We're suddenly less poor!
All right, that's good. Look at that. We're selling less porn. Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. Okay. What can I say? That is so good, by the way.
Oh, poor Bangbu. Oh, wait. Could it be the signal source?
That is so good. Whoa, suddenly we're less poor. That is gonna take forever to get to Master 30. We're trying. There's another clap. Obviously, you can tell we're missing one, right? Trying to play hide and seek with us. Anytime we're tracking, there seems to be more than one signal source. What if this band is just a decoy signal? Red herring to throw us off. Weird indeed. It's really weird. Don't tell me it's because that unreliable case specially gave us an equally unreliable tracker. We don't have any other clues for now. How about we check out our signal? All right, let's go. More boxes for me, eh? All right, let's go. Seriously, who let the kids go into these obviously dangerous places?
The signal tracker's response is getting stronger. Seems to be coming from underground.
Let's keep going.
All right.
Stay safe.
Wait.
Manager and Arya are both so confident, so reliable, so cool.
What's up with this glazer?
The damaged constructs around here have been almost completely corrupted by miasma.
What is miasma?
It's when you can't breathe very well.
What is this again? Yeah, this nonsense. It's been a while. Can't remember all of these things. Been a couple months, stale, rusty. And then, I mean, I didn't actually play that long. I actually came back from like months of not playing the game just to roll for the girl. Okay, don't tell me this is another red herring. That way. This is awful. Who there right might want to play hide and seek in the hollow? This hollow giving me the creeps. No, let's hurry up and test the signal tracking device again. I want to stick around here any longer. Okay. Should be perfect. What do you think? Should I give it a try?
with you. Keep up with the beat. Watch out.
You're both so amazing. Last time I was here, it took me quite a while to deal with all the enemies along the way.
It's all thanks to Arya.
After all, I'm a construct created for... If I can't protect everyone, then there's no meaning for me to exist.
Created for combat. Self-defense? I mean, I like this one. She plays well.
The signal's getting stronger. The target must be close.
So far, I haven't seen anything special. I've got a feeling this isn't going to be so simple. Otherwise,
That
why
is
would our
some
clients
great-
say all those weird things?
What exactly is she looking for?
Wow, that is some very strong auto target. From all the way here. I never realized it was that strong.
How's this for an entrance?
The show isn't over yet.
Okay, that's how she works. Okay. Oh, that's actually very cool. She actually called the other one to do the, the stomping. They're very cool. Ain't rolling for any of them though. Not like I have any rolls, and these ones' banners are already gone. They're very interesting units.
Signal source is right up ahead.
Arya? Arya?
Stay back! All of you!
Arya!
You obsolete constructs should have been buried long ago! Don't you dare hurt my friends!
Arya! Calm down! You're not like them!
Suna, watch out! Focus on the fight!
Angel Ultimate!
That. Logical quantum, wow, like a heartbeat, erratic and intense. Sorry, I don't have the right to put you to rest. If one day I revert back to being like you, a conscience with nothing left but the stop intent. When that time comes, I will rest together forever. There really is such a day. I'll take it as a punishment for the moment of happiness I've stolen those years. Well, these years.
Those constructs probably stayed here too long and became deeply corroded by the miasma. After Arya defeated them, they disintegrated on the spot. Although we missed the intelligent entity that PubSec was looking for, the signal source was real, and I've never heard of an entity surviving after its host body dissipates. So the commission should be complete.
Those constructs.
They looked like constructs that were being puppeteered by the intelligent entity PubSec is after. The ones sent to attack us. Considering how damaged they were, they've probably been dormant here for a long time. But you're our good friend Arya, lead singer of Angels of Delusion. Bright, adorable, and full of energy. Why does it feel like I just said something silly?
Right. I mean, no. What I mean is, the manager's description of Arya was spot on.
But are we the same?
How can that be? Your constructs of the same model and you're the same are two completely different things. They're not comparable at all. And it's fine if you only say that in front of us. But if Tin Masters hear it, watch out. Your coffee might mysteriously taste a little worse than everyone else's.
That's such a harsh punishment. But I agree with what the manager said. Intelligent constructs of the same model are like humans who are closely related and look alike, or Thyrans who have the same fur color. Everyone's experiences, actions, and thoughts are completely different. How could anyone be the same? If you think that just because you have the same eye patch and skirt hem as they do, you should be the same, then how could an ordinary human like me, who doesn't even have wings, be called an angel of delusion with you and Nangong?
I'm not an angel either.
I don't care! I saw your wings and halo! Are you trying to leave me out now?
Alright.
Suna makes a good point. And she really did put a pair of little wings on her backpack. Was that why?
No, that's totally different. Intelligent constructs aren't quite the same as what Suna was talking about. Humans who share blood and look alike can still live very different lives. And even Thyrans with the same fur color can have totally different personalities. But intelligent constructs aren't like that. I remember everything. The reason we were created. What we went through.
And we're halfway through.
Fell into the other.
By the way. We are at 10,000 preliminaries. 19,000. Total honor. Next loot. Let's see, which page are we on? 1 billion. I'm not gonna get to 1 billion, obviously. I mean, this is probably through the entire event. Maybe, who knows? All right, so we're way here. I mean, we're probably gonna do it more than that. Maybe here. Okay, maybe here. Okay, maybe probably like here. That's it. That is a lot. And the badges, 2 more badges. How much badges are I at right now? I'm at 400 out of the 1,000 I need. So I'm halfway through the badges. And our draw. 13,000. Yeah, not even close. We're not even close. Not even close at all. Alright, whatever. We have 15 boxes.
Arya doesn't look right. I need to change the subject. At the very least, we have to get out of the hollow ASAP. Let's not stay in the hollow any longer. Since the commission's done, we can talk about the rest once we're out.
too long. Am I gonna turn into an ethereal? No, of course not. Sorry, Proxy, can you find the nearest exit? We need to get out fast.
I heard you made it out alive. Commissioner should all good though, right? Isn't that such a reliable case special like me? Absolutely amazing. Anyway, commissioner fee has been set. We didn't get it. Hit up on herself. Alright, let me check. Well, the Suna one is taller, huh? Seems that she's a bit weird. Sure, but are super efficient. But also super efficient and generous. Pretty efficient indeed. 40k, 500k Denny's. Aria, stop frowning and give me a smile. That outfit though. You have to keep your hands like in that position.
It's really late. Shifu and the others probably went to bed already. But Soybean Temple is big. Surely we can find an empty room somewhere.
Alright, we just need to avoid that. Don't trigger that. Don't trigger that. Okay, one thing I should do is go and see. It's been such a long time. I don't remember the buttons. All the buttons. I'm still at lost. Potential archive. I think. Okay, Roland. You know why I'm here. New discs. Auto combat. Oh. Where are these again? Paid clients. When you say auto combat, they kind of just mean skip, I suppose. What do I think about it? What does this character use? I'll save that one. She did use pen, was it? We'll lock this one too. I genuinely do not remember any of the stats these guys use. HP. Yeah, but I have to look into that. I just straight up don't actually remember at all. Ah, okay. It was this thing. Return in survey. Ha. Nice try. So there's no shortcut for this. Double drop. Why not though?
I say 007 Yuzaha missed you a lot.
007 Yuzaha. I'm sure she does. You know, I am magnetic. Yeah, it's been a while. But how are you doing, Ace? How's it been going for you today? What else? I don't remember anything else really. All right, these menus are like, I have no idea. All right, a thing. F2 is a, all right, okay, I'll go. Too much dumb menus. All right, too much menus. All right, that's good. Yeah, you gotta take care of business. How are you gonna fund all the gacha stuff, right? Okay. Now, my only issue is deadly assault. I hate tryharding. I'm too lazy for this kind of thing. You know? Oh. Oh, this is an interesting boss I've never seen before. I guess we'll figure that out later on. Press P. We'll get back to the story. Maybe. 99%. I mean, yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm just not into the, you know, like a sweat lording over these things anymore, to be honest with you. There's just so many other things I could just go do with my time that it's not even worth it to sweat lord on them. You just clear it, get the rewards, and move on. Because I just want to just enjoy a story and collect some characters. That's it.
Good evening, Banue Shifu. I heard word from Senior Inhu that you'd be coming for Gilded Carrot Day, and sure enough, we ran into you.
Good evening. Everyone at Suibin Temple was most insistent. I lack the appetite for indulgence, so I came merely to keep company. It seems Mr. Pan prepared a fine soup today. The young one at your side appears fatigued. Would she need,
I'm good.
to borrow my energy cell for a moment?
An energy cell?
Unless my eyes deceive me, hot soup would not be of much use to this young friend.
Then you actually take out an energy cell after reversing. I'm gonna finish recharging.
You seem to have something on your mind. May I ask what's troubling you?
If I remember correctly, Vanue Shifu, you said something to me before. To walk this world is as to depart one's home for distant shores.
Yes, to walk this world is
Just claim the rewards. I mean, that would kind of be cheating if we get like this to clear.
cast thy companion stumbling
You know,
dust beside thee.
I don't cheat that way, okay?
An old debt on her heart.
Yes.
In the past, I went astray and nearly met my end before I could atone. If you are only weighed down by old memories and have wronged no one, I hope you can see
Oh.
soon and stop tormenting yourself.
Ah, good old ancient shadow. Ancient shadow. By the way, when does the current banner ends?
I don't think I ever told you.
For the current character.
I'm actually a discarded construct. I slept inside a hollow for a very, very long time. Until one day, I heard a hollow raider play one of Lady Circe's songs. The singing woke me up, and I left the hollow and came to New Eridu. I buried my past deep in my memory and slowly fell in love with the city. And Lady Circe's voice has always been my anchor. I tuned my voice to match hers as closely as I could and learned to sing like her, hoping to share that moment that moved me when I first awoke. Later, her agent started looking for a vocal double for her. On Wishing Sprite's recommendation, I went and recorded vocals for her last few shows. After Lady Circe left the music scene, I went back to being the ordinary Arya who just wanted to sing. Until Nangong picked me up at a broke little idol agency. So I became part of Angels of Delusion.
For the current banner? That's a little long.
I ended up telling
It's not the next month.
story.
Okay, whose banner is up right now?
Arya, your story isn't boring at all.
Oh, I thought you said Cowgirl is
I
gone.
watched a recording of Miss Circe's farewell concert.
Okay, so it's still like 29 more days. Alright, so not until next month. Because I wanted to actually like start, but I don't want to start on that banner. Oh, okay. So I guess it's just gonna be next month. Just remind me when that banner ends, the Cowgirl banner ends.
Brief? What do you mean? Arya, don't scare me.
So if I forget, give me a heads up when that one comes up.
Said earlier, if I keep carrying those old memories,
I will. Well, I don't remember.
Yes, precisely.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
I can feel something strange stirring in my logic core.
Alright, makes sense. Makes sense.
Kind of out of control too. I keep having these subtle, unsettling thoughts. To make sure I don't turn into a monster like that, and to keep Nangong and Suna safe, I'm planning to leave Angels of Delusion for a while after the Gilded Carrot Day performance, and go deal with the signal anomaly.
Free 100 pulls. But what do you have to do though? Is it a free 100 pull, or you get a free 100 pulls if you do something? Nothing? You just log in and you get 100 pull. Is that what you're saying?
Arya, calm down. You can't just suddenly decide you're quitting the group after that. Did meeting those two
Okay, that's too much work. Logging for 10 days. I'll pass.
Not entirely.
I mean, I still have my account, obviously, right?
I said it's just a
10 pull every day. That sounds like work.
Visit the hospital, see the data systems department, and I'll be fine right away. You won't dig this up later and tease me for being dramatic.
Unwilling to commit.
Suna?
The reason why it's like 10 days is like to get you back into the motion, and I don't feel like it. And plus, we do have when is that other game? What's it called again? There should be a new game dropping either this week or next week. 15th of April is the next one. So yeah. Mongo. So my schedule is like on Wednesday is when I'm going to be able to play the Genshin new patch, right? Because obviously, right? So on Wednesday this week, and then I'm going to try to finish everything, all the exploration nonsense and all of that stuff. And then I play that game. And pretty much I should have enough time in that game to play NTE is after that. NTE is on what, the 29th? Then NTE. So yeah.
Arya says she's fine. But look at her. That's not the face of someone who's really thought things through. Oh.
Yeah, I don't think I want to jump into anything else, really.
Maybe you want to ask the wishing sprite for advice?
You're right, manager. Though it's just a sick leave, and it barely even counts as a decision.
The thing is, getting captured is a thing.
Coming back again. I want to keep performing, but something's wrong with my memory data. I'm scared I might hurt my friends because of it. What should I do?
A better banner? What do you mean by better banner? What does that even mean?
There shouldn't be a problem. Based on how the wishing sprite encouraged Arya before.
What is that? Better banner?
Will surely.
I haven't seen anything in regards to that at all. That is news to me.
Seem to be feelings everyone in New Eridu truly cherishes, don't they? Of course.
Better banner or better character on the banners?
Maybe it's better to deal with your own little problem first, and then get back on stage with your friends, right?
Nope. I see nothing in regards to that. Let me go and check the hidden place. Devs were adjusted rates.
Did I hear that right?
Sure. Send me the link. I'll take a look.
Right. You really thought this through. Thank you for the reminder. I'll go get checked soon. It's just Gilded Carrot Day is around the corner.
It's not, the rate is not really even the problem. It's just, it's the system itself is the problem.
Absolutely not! No way you're doing this! Arya, you're not trying to bail at the last second, are you? We already agreed! The debut is something the three of us do together! How can you say something like that?
Something's not right. The wishing sprite doesn't sound like itself. Calm Arya down first. We'll figure it out together later. Yeah, the Gilded Carrot Day performance. You guys have been preparing for it for a long time, haven't you? No matter what you decide in the end, why not wait until Nangong's here and talk it through together?
Alright, let me take a look here. So good. Wait, say it's good gacha systems don't impact the player's ability to enjoy gameplay. And Enfield is trying to fix its confusing gacha. All right, let's see what they actually say here. We're also calculating how many pull player can get every version. Well, of course you're calculating that.
Wait a moment.
All right. I'm gonna pause here because the stream. I'm pretty much done with the stream for today, anyways. Gotta go take care of business. Every gacha, even by gacha standard progression, the monetization I feel is pretty confusing. Before and at launch to newly released action. Blah 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 blah. Criticism polluted currency, opaque character drop rate, and pity maximums, and rotating benefit that obscure how your investment is tracked. In an interview with Game Radar, lead developer Ryan is preferred name for the press to discuss response to Enfield Gacha system and some plans to refine it, as well as the impact of the system on the game as a whole. Okay. Here's the funny thing about that though. So they're talking about this. I guess things are not actually so great if they're actually looking at their gacha system. It's things are not going the way they thought it would. Oops, I had to sneeze like crazy just now. Let's see, ran a lot of different response to different response to the gacha system between the Asian and Western audience. People can be critical about the gacha part of the game because we are not used to this monetization method. What are you talking about? People are not used to. People are very much used to gacha by now. Come on, he said. But in Asia, they are more used to the gacha system. Sure, buddy. Yeah, sure, buddy. But even some folks who fluently speak gacha, Balka Enfield dated and complicated setup. So Ambergraph is high improvement. And say we are giving her more in-game currency. That's not really the problem, my dude. It is one of the gacha system is one of the darkest gacha system ever. Like ridiculous dark patterns littered everywhere with their gacha system. Even when you come to get like especially the weapon banner kind of thing is so ridiculous where if you get lucky and you get a character early, you can't just use the extra currency and roll for the weapon and hope you get that early too. You have to keep rolling for copies of the characters, which you might not want, to get currency to roll for the weapon. Absurd. Very true, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but it's obvious. It is, and I showed this before. When you go to anything and when you search YouTube, you go here and you go day. What is going on? So you see the kind of videos that people are, uploading and things like that. And there's just not even if there's videos, there's very few views to the videos. So they don't really hit. It's very weird. Enfield Dev said Genshin made gacha games too predictable. Right. By the way, it's not our inability to create a more engaging system in our game. It's the game which we're copying. Imagine using a reasoning like that. It's not our fault we're not able to create something engaging. It's the fault of the game that we are actually copying. Imagine that, right? More use the gacha system. Folks that faultly speak, blah, 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 blah. What does this say? To help offset and prevent paywall effect. The opening of Enfield has been adjusted and designed to select permit have been added. Yeah, you guys did some of that, didn't you? Most of those were like a month or plus ago. Most of the player can build a top tier team in the current version. Our goal is to give up more resource for player to build useful teams. More resource. Yeah. You guys should. Yeah. I can see that. I really think there are too many currency in the UI and it sometimes can be confusing. We also tried to combine some of the currency to make it much more clear for player. Yeah, imagine, right? You know what's funny? Let me tell you something. In Genshin, if you want to upgrade something, if you want to upgrade your artifact, you know what you use? Mora. If you want to level up your character, you know what you use? Mora. You want to level up your weapon? You know what you use? Mora. You want to craft something? Guess what you use? Mora. Actually, everything that you need currency for is Mora, right? Skills, Mora, right? You either use Mora or you don't use Mora. That's all there is to it. So, yeah. Anyways, let's see, because the US is confusing. Of course it's confusing. It's so stupid, by the way. I represent to clarify that these gacha are at a discussion level. All right, so we're discussing this. This tells me here that we are discussing doing nothing, by the way, with no firm change to share immediately. No firm change. So we mentioned we are mentioning that we are discussing to discuss if we should discuss doing any kind of changes. That's always the takeaway from there. Like, you know, I got into Generation Genshin and I've tried other games since. I still play Genshin regularly, but from day one to today, gacha system have always seemed to be something like you tolerate, not something you enjoy. It's not something to enjoy. That doesn't make any sense. It's a means to an end. That's crazy. Anyways, what else we have to say? To find out how player in-game are affected by the gacha system. I don't know. It's not really the lack of currency. It's just the system itself is predatory and it works against the player's best interests. That is the main problem. You don't just like, oh, I have currency. Let me try to roll for a character. It's, oh, I have currency. Should I try to roll for a character? But if I try to roll for a character and I don't get the character, all my currency, like 50% of the currency is like straight up just lost, right? It's like buying something from a store. And when you return it, they say they're only going to refund you 50% of the value of the cost of the goods. Crazy stuff, including free to player, are not paywall by the system. It's all concluded for us. It's just important to manage all players. So we'll calculate how many pro player can get every version to see how many characters they are expecting to get every version. Those feedback questionnaire and in-game data ensure that to minimize the impact of the gacha system on the gameplay experience. So most of the players are not affected by the system to enjoy our game. Okay. We said a lot of words, but it doesn't really mean anything. Well, from what I've skimmed through and what I've read, my takeaway is that they are saying we know the players don't like the gacha system. That's one thing. They are in discussion to discuss whether they should make any change to the gacha system. They don't say they're going to do anything. They said they're in discussion, right? To see if they should make any change to the gacha system. So they're having a discussion to actually have a discussion in regards to making any change to the gacha system, and that there's too much dumb currency in the game, and between all the menu is very confusing to the players. That's kind of what I take away. Yeah. That's pretty much it, really. That's kind of it. So, in other words, it's a nothing burger. It's just nothing. Nothing particularly substantial at all. It's just that we might be doing something, but we're not really have any plans in place to do anything. But we are discussing doing something. They're not discussing doing the thing, but discussing doing something, right? If they should do the thing, but not really the thing. Anyways, I'm gonna actually get out of here now. Got some stuff to take care of. Just a reminder that I do start my stream for 10. So instead of 9, like I used to, it's gonna be 10. So I start an hour later than normal from now on. And so I'm trying to get in like 4-hour streams on the weekdays. So that's something to keep in mind if you're expecting to like show up like an hour earlier than I had today. So yeah. But with that, I'm gonna get out of here. I hope you guys have fun, and I'll see you guys in another one. Bye.